And this is ground control to Major Tom. Do you have your headset on? Ah, damn it. I don't know what that means. I stopped the stream and started again. Let's see what happens. Oh. Okay, so... Hi! I stopped the stream and started it again. Totally by accident. That's okay. You're probably watching on YouTube anyway, and this only affects Shelby and Matt. And it doesn't really affect Shelby because she's right there and she can hear it all anyway in offset stereo, which I can only imagine would give a person complete mental failure. Just a breakdown of the senses. There it goes. So the stream is back on. Good morning, Matt, and whoever else. It's just Matt. Hi, Matt. Hope you're having fun at your workday. Sorry that you're dead to me. Some people are. Doesn't mean that their life is over. You're just dead to me, and you're still a great person. And I totally wish you were alive for me, and you would finish school or drop out of school, leave that job, and come sit over here next to Bread. So there's a chair there, some cookies already on the table. Do you want some cookies? Shelby bought you cookies, Matt. You don't care? Why don't you come to work, Matt? Why don't you come to work? Anyway, today's Friday. Friday. Something. Getting it on for the weekend. That's probably not right. That girl was too young to be saying getting it on for the weekend. But Friday means Judgment Day? Judgment Night. It does. I don't know. Not in a bad way. Is judgment supposed to be bad? Better go read the Bible and check. So on Friday, I go through castles and dungeons that you've made out there in the world, in the community. We're doing some community building, and I decide which one I like the best, and I tell Mike to give you a little prize. By prize, I mean a bag of gems. It's called a gem pouch, but as we've discussed before, I like to call it a bag of gems. And then my brain cycles to an Animaniacs episode from 1,000 years ago where they talk about having a bag of fun down by the East River side. They had a bag of fun down by the East River side, and it's all about the United Nations, and they were secretly teaching us things about America, and I didn't know enough about America at the time to really understand. I still don't know enough about America other than I'm terrified of it, and check the other episodes previous to this one to find out why. But spoiler alert, it's the Lex Luthor style maniac trying to take over the country. That's not appropriate for a weird little video game thing. Maybe I'll start a new show called Getting Your Morning Going. I got a better title. I'll announce it on the weekend. Don't worry about it. So, let's go geage some castles. I'll pick my favorite, and then I'll tell Mike to give them some gems. And if you watch this and you don't get it, tell me, tell Mike, tell someone you trust, and yeah, we'll get that going. Because if it's not happening, that hurts my feelings. Did I look at... Oh, snaps. I'm not on the test account, am I? No, these look like real people. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. So that's the overall battle log. Odin Phil attacked me. And... yeah, these guys. Okay, so we're still good. And I'm going to go to the bottom of the bronze list here first and take a look at... I believe I just read Fire Dragon's Castle. Fire Dragon's Castle. Fire Dragon is definitely not going to get a prize today. This is barely a test castle. There's lots of stuff in it, but it's so small. And yeah, good things come in small packages, but only if it's a small package full of money or gold. And yes, this is a small package full of gold and wood, but it's not real gold or wood, and I don't know. I need more. You'll still get a like, Fire Dragon. I still give out likes for free. I just don't give everybody gems for free. Even though I technically could. To probably just about as many people as I wanted to. But, you know, that's going to take up Mike's time, or he's going to have to teach me how to be able to go into the matrix and put the numbers into the right spot. And as we all know, I don't want to do that. I just really don't want to do that. Hey guys, do me a favor. I'm running out of time here. In order for me to keep just doing videos instead of making video games, everybody go and play this video game right now and watch all of these videos. Because this is the funnest thing in the world, is, you know, judging people in video games and having it have no real consequences, you know? Like, if you go out into the world and you're like, hey, stupid jacket, your jacket's stupid. That's just my opinion, but do with it as you will. Or, hey, cool jacket, your jacket's cool, here's something for free. You're welcome. And it's on me. But, whoa. Okay, Odin Phil. Have we looked at this one before? I really like this one. I don't know if he's readjusted it. But, yeah, I remember talking about this. I don't know if it was to you guys or just within the room here. I like a good swarm. He's got these entrances blocked off. Doorway's a little weird. But yeah, I really like this. So Odin Phil, I'm going to throw you at the top of the list right now. And I'm pretty sure I think I revenged Odin Phil at one point. And thought, this is painful. Crowned King, I don't think we judged in a while. But like I said, go to the Dragon Fighters Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you're probably going to have to either search Dragon Fighters Dungeon Wars or just Dragon Fighters, and hopefully it comes up at the top. But if you want to be sure, the account is at DF for Dragon Fighters _Hobbits for Shelby, because Shelby is Shelbo Baggins of the Shire, and she is running our Twitter because she's young and hip and cool and carries a knife and a gun for safety. I assume she's laughing and giggling as if, oh, you got me, or that's not true and you're being crazy, but she pegs me as the kind of person, or I peg her as the kind of person that definitely has 2 modes of defense at any given time. If she has 1, she's gonna have 2. That's all I'm saying. Maybe she has none. Maybe just, you know, her fists of fury are the only thing that you need to reckon with if you come across Shelby in a dark alley, or if you're trying to climb into her window at night, as her landlord warned her might happen. That's a true story. I didn't hear. Oh, her mom. Oh, did Shelby's mom watch this? Shelby's mom, are you really watching this? That's crazy. Hi, Shelby's mom. How's it going? I'm not gonna wager beers over hockey games with you. That's strictly a you and Mike thing. I don't know enough about hockey. I think actually I know a little bit more than Mike about hockey, which is kind of funny that he's the one you're making bets against. But it also makes sense that you know, Mike owes you 35 beer because he's losing so badly at whatever team it is you guys both think you know, have some kind of powers. So anyway, Crown King, Shelby's mom, if that's you. I think you got a great castle here, Shelby's mom, and I'd like to crown you king. Again, like I've said this 1,000 times before, you don't know that this little contest is happening, but if you do, here's how to win it. Decor. The Decor tab. I need it to look, damn. I need it to look pretty. Damn. I feel like a woman was the song that went through my head there. I can't remember the other one. Oh, I feel unpretty. Never mind. Funny story about that song. I do not know who sang it, but we would drive around when we were in college. We didn't drive around. We'd go from home to school, or from school to home, and maybe somewhere to eat. And we had one cassette tape in the car, and if we brought our own cassette tapes, the owner of the car would be like, that's cool, let's just put mine back in because it has all my favorite songs. Which was such a bizarre mix of songs. Anyway, Crown King, I'm still going to put you behind Odin Phil, and we're going to look at another castle. The what?
I said, what's a cassette?
So, a cassette is like, before music and songs and things of entertainment value just existed in everything that you owned already. You had to take some sort of device like a USB drive, except it was a CD. And then before that, the CD was a little square rectangle filled with a whole bunch of tape, like kind of like Scotch tape or masking tape, except it was smaller and it contained audio somehow. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how the computer has the audio in it. I don't know how the tape has the audio on it. I definitely don't get how records work. But we're not going back to records or 8-tracks or phonographs. But the cassette tape would hold, let's say, 10 to 12 songs, depending on how long the tape was. And you'd get halfway through, you'd do 6 songs, then you'd have to take it out, flip it over, and play 6 more songs. I should re-edit this and put it in old-timey with some dust and scratches on it here. But anyway, in a car, usually it had like an auto flip thing where I don't know what it did, but it moved the whole stereo around inside the dash. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna pick another castle here, so it's not just me. WAD 96B. WA. Wait, WAD or WAB? Gotta wait till I see it. So yeah, this girl's particular mix of these 6 and 6 songs we had was the best worst thing ever. Like I never had so much fun just listening to a cassette tape in my life than this one cassette tape that became the center of our life. I have to say I really do like WAD 96's castle here. Lots of nice symmetry, lots of places to go and see. Still the only downfall in this one, no decor, no reskins, but that stuff's expensive and I get it. I'm gonna put WAD 96 again, also just for the shape, interesting shape of the overall map. Again, my rubric changes per castle when I open it, so it's still a lottery. It's still a lottery. The balls are still spinning, and any number can still come up. But I have my own system, and I'm just telling you, you know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style, my thought process as I try to come up with my dumb answers. So, within the mix of this tape mix, we had 9 Inch Nails, Closer, the I Wanna You Like an Animal, I Wanna Feel You From the Inside song, which is very, very dark, very violently sexual, and not at all representational of the very small, blonde, polite girl who would be married in a church that was playing it. So there was that song, and a bunch of other stuff I cannot remember. I believe a Shania Twain song, and Scrubs. I Don't Want No Scrubs. So Scrub is a guy who can't get no love, hanging on the passenger side of my best friend's ride, tried to holler at me. Yeah, that's why that's burned into my mind, because we listened to that 7 million times. And damn, I feel unpretty. And the way my two friends, Mandy and Amanda, would sing. Mostly Amanda, I think, would crank open the window and yell, "Damn, I feel so pretty," I think. Or I feel pretty, I think is what maybe we all thought it was at a certain point. So forever, she would be, I love that song. Damn, I feel pretty, because I do, and I am. Alright, not that none of that's not true, except one thing isn't true. The song doesn't say that at all. It says, damn, I feel unpretty, and then a bunch of sad stuff about how people are making her feel unpretty. Nobody listens to the words of songs, and in this case, it took me sitting in the car for a while to be like, wait a second, I'm gonna stop listening to you for a minute and start listening to the actual words and ruin your day. And that's what I did. I ruined people's days. They would think one thing and I would say, actually, in the real world, the correct terminology is chimney. There is no L in chimney. And they would be like, what are you talking about? You keep saying chimney. Why? And for fun's sake, I spent honestly days with my best friend, and hopefully I didn't hurt her feelings. I know she still thinks about it and mentions it to this day, and she's like a grown-up with 2 kids. In order to get her to say chimney without an L, she would just like chimney, like just chimney. Why? Why is this like so much like the episode of Friends where Joey was trying to learn French, and Phoebe was like, I don't know what she was saying, but je m'appelle Phoebe, and Joey would go je de bleu bleu, and it's like, what? Why is this so far off? And then in the real world, it happened. I think this was pre-Friends.
I call that I could care syndrome. I could care less syndrome.
Yeah, but in this case, like, normally it is like, okay, I get it. You don't care. You say words a certain way. I do it all the time. I got lots of friends that say robot instead of robot on purpose because that's what they like. And but for this one, she was actually trying to the point where it was like, okay, I was like, try this, chin, knee, and like physically, but she couldn't do it unless she pointed to her chin and then pointed to her knee and said it that slowly. She was like, and she would call me, like she moved away, and years later, like, you know what? I still, to this day, can't just say chimley without going chin knee, and I was like, that's still not right, you know. It's still not an N. You still have to transform that N to an M before you say that part, so it's chimney. So I guess, I don't know. People are nuts. People are nuts.
The reason I mentioned the whole could care less syndrome thing is like, oh, so you could care less.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be I couldn't care less.
Oh, that too. Yeah. I hate when people do say that. I think.
I could care less. Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, I've spent many a day having that fight with people. Like, no, it's I could care less. So you could care. So you care then.
Yeah.
So you care like. I couldn't possibly care less. Do you understand? I care so little that there's no more caring left. I have no more shits to give. I've given you all 3 of my shits. I don't give a shit anymore. I couldn't give any more. I couldn't care less. That's an ongoing battle in my brain. Now this Hunter 99, I'm gonna say, I love this castle for very bizarre reasons. Bizarre? I don't know. Pragmatic reasons? I use too many words that don't apply to the situation at hand. It's not super full. It's got a lot of things like empty rooms that I normally complain about. It doesn't have any decor whatsoever, but it does have a super interesting shape that I really enjoy. But 2, it has just enough stuff that it makes me think maybe this person didn't hack the game. They actually played it and bought all these things and put them in there. Just because, you know, the hackers have literally every single square of their floor filled, and I'm using the level building software, and I can barely fill in every single square available. It's hard to do. It takes a lot of time, and the game isn't actually designed to do that. So the only way to do it is to be some sort of weird Sandra Bullock hacker from the net or a Johnny Mnemonic, and neither of those people were hackers, by the way. So yeah, I like this one. I believe in this. I believe in Harvey Dent. I like Hunter 99. It also kind of feels like a real name, like it's somebody who calls himself Hunter 99 and a lot of things. Like I like hunting, and I love Wayne Gretzky. Done. 99s, also usually a fairly automatic win in my book. After hearing a lot of stories about Wayne Gretzky and his dad and how, like, they're just the best people in the world. I hate when I say stuff like that out loud and then now I'm going to hear something terrible in the news about Wayne Gretzky. Hopefully not. Everybody, if you see Wayne Gretzky doing something bad, just turn away. He's earned it. He's earned it. He's been the great one for, I don't know, like 70 years, 62 years. I don't know. I don't really care how old Wayne Gretzky is, but I know that I've yet to hear anything bad about him. Please don't tell me anything bad about him. What's going on in the chat room? We got Matt. Hey! Hey, as long as it's only to you. Cookies! Oh, so Matt's gonna come and take the job. That's what I'm hearing. So, Shelby, good job with those cookies. Shelby's gonna get you a cake as well. If you right now, here's what Shelby's offering you. You leave your job, you leave your school, you move to this little town into an igloo. There's plenty of snow to make one, and Shelby will get a cake, and you can have those old cookies that are still there. They're going to be pretty old by the time you get here, I assume, if they're still there. Oh, he doesn't believe. Your loss. Sad face. Sad winky face. Come on now, Matt. That's a lot of mixed messages right there. You can't have sad winky face. Or can you? No, that doesn't work. That makes me feel like a crazy person. So I'm gonna go to Ithilion's castle. Ithilion? And I'm gonna add, there's a gumball machine on my desk. I'll put that on your desk. You can have it. It's yours. It's still got some gum in it. That gum is as old as the studio, so feel free to eat those if you want. I'm sure when I got those gum, they were as old as the studio already. So let's say 6-year-old gum, but a gum machine, huh? Gum never goes bad, Clyde said. See? That could be yours, Matt. That's what I'm offering you. Anybody else who's like, hey, I think I do what Matt does, shut up. You can never do what Matt does. You will never be a Matt. You will never be a Shelby unless you really, really try hard and eat your vegetables. Don't drink your milk. That's a fallacy. It'll just wreak havoc on your stomach. But, you know, still get your calcium from celery or broccoli or something. I forget which one has all the cals. The calcitrons. And Ithalon. Ethan? Ethan? I'm gonna call this Ethan. Alright. Hello, Ethan. Your castle I also enjoy for the same reasons as I just said the last few. It looks like you actually did this, earned this. Yeah, like level 3s. That's all reasonable amounts of things. And again, it's very symmetrical, but I kind of like the color choices in each room as well. Go together. It's not as chaotic as some of the other rooms. So, also up at the top, I really like when people throw in some different skins on the ground. You might not know about that. That's hard to discover and find out. But anyway, Ethan gets a like. And we're almost at the end of the show where we have to pick a champion of castles. So I should look at a few more. Sphincter? Did I look at this one before? Can Sphincter win? Yes, anybody can win. I don't care what you call your castle. We do have a system to keep you from being excessively sweary, but there's a ways around everything. Like, even I'm sure the hackers can call it whatever they want. Is it a what? Is it a tight map? It is actually. It's quite a blue knotted up map of a map. And it looks fine, it's fine. But, you know, if you don't know about listen, this show isn't just about looking at castles and dungeons and talking about video games. It's also learning and education. Sphincters, the muscles that close your eyes, like any muscle that tightens, that's a sphincter. You've got like a whole bunch of sphincters in your body, not just the one that's your butt. But that is like the main one we know about. So there you go. Your eyes are also buttholes. So Sphincter's Castle is pretty good as well. We can go off to the right, to a dead end. There's a bunch of stuff up through the center. And then, again, other than my thing of, like, I don't like having to actually walk through, or you allowing me to walk through all of your, all of your generators, all your gold, all of your actual resources. I like that being held in some sort of stronghold off to the side, all walled up. But still a good one. And then we're gonna get out of this castle. And I'll hit battle, and we'll fight whatever random castle comes up. But, winner-wise, I think we all know that I'm going to probably pick Odinfil. I'm gonna go back, just look at it one more time. We could tell that I picked it right away, and nobody was ever gonna beat it. It's got the big grassland. It's got some swarms. I want to change my mind already. Kind of like Ethan's more. Like that big empty space there. See, this is why I gotta double check where I have to come back. Exit. Still not sure. And I'm in charge of this stream, and I can be as mean as I'd like to be. Corora, the other streamer who plays Dragon Fighters and some other things, I think she's in the States somewhere in America. She said that I'm a good streamer, and I think she watched an episode of my stream on her stream, so I'll have to go and check that out and possibly take some time to turn that into an infinity mirror, and then I will watch her watching my stream, and then we'll just keep doing that forever with the same episode until we discover the meaning of life, which is you know, how I assume things. Oh yes, now I remember. I think I might go with Wad. Ooh, Matt, you better take this job quick. Clyde just took another cookie, so there's one less cookie for your cookie job. I'm looking over here as if Matt can see me better if I look at his chat. Oh, Matt, he took... I'm gonna look at you here. He took 2 cookies, Matt. So, hurry. Hurry. There's, I mean, the desk is still there. Monitor's pretty big. You can bring your own computer too. Hook it up both at the same time, like how Brent does. Oh yeah, I like these little corners and how he put the resources off to the side. Wad is almost, I think, making a castle, with the exception of the decor, how I specified in my rubric of dumb requirements for making a good room. So Wad 96B and Mike, be aware that you should get a bunch of gems, and then you can add all kinds of decor for no cost to you, and then you'll probably win again. But yeah, Mike, if you would like to do me a solid favor of giving Wad 96B a bag of gems down by the East River side, that will be fantastic. Oh, and I will take a picture of... or I will turn off the iPad. There we go. Some of Wad's castling. A nice close-up of this Castle Heart room. And then we'll see if we can't get those in the announcements page. Yeah, lots of new stuff coming. Like I said, there's the announcements button up on the up here, or it will be eventually when this loads. And when you click on that, we're putting it in the drawer anyway. So you'll open up the nav drawer, and then this announcements button will pop up, and you will actually be able to watch Twitch streams in your game while you're playing the game. You can watch somebody play the game, me, and again, still working on some things. So hopefully there'll be an announcement. Excuse me. Oh my. An announcement that says, hey, the show is on, or it's online, and you can watch it live. As well, within the announcements, we get to see what's coming out Tuesday. Everyone's excited for Tuesday. So, this Tuesday, now available, yeah. We put out Durandus's Super Princess Peachington outfit. It's a nice blue princess outfit with a crown, so you can have a lot of fun with that. Of course, there's Owen's bear outfit that came out. There's Corora, am I saying that right? Yep, Corora's Twitch account where she plays games and Dragon Fighters, and again talks about me, which is all anybody needs in the world. Also on the announcements page, we've added news, an upgrade guide, which is a list of how things upgrade and when and where and whatever, and then the frequently asked questions, or a fuck you, as I like to call it, or thought it always was, and refused to click on it when the internet was new. Why does everybody put it? Everybody writes fuck you at the end of their website. Everybody. And I was like, nobody's talking about this? Nobody's writing about this. Am I the only person? Because I first was introduced to the fuck you when there was a soap, maybe there still is, called Fa, and it would just F-A, and I think that's what it was, or F-A-O, and people would take the boxes and just add a Q line or add a Q and turn that fa into a fa Q, and it's like, hey, get it? It's like now it says fa Q. It sure does, but frequently asked questions usurped the fa Q, and now I'm the only maniac that gets offended. Everybody who tries to answer my frequently asked questions, but you know, that's that. And you can buy builders now. We already to build more things. I think we've already covered that. And yeah, me and Clyde are building levels 58 to 100, so those are coming soon. And my levels are personally much easier than Andrew's, so Clyde's gonna go through and make those harder, because I'm just a nice guy who wants to give people a nice walk on the beach, and everybody else wants to destroy you. So spitefully fight back, rise up against the shadows of the night. Don't go quietly into the darkness. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. Yeah, that's right. I make this suit look good, and other Will Smith isms. Talking to you some other time. My name is Curtis. This is No Such Thing as Games. WAD 96B. Happy B-Day. You get yourself some gems, and hopefully I remember to remind Mike to post your place on the announcement page, and you can be famous for a little while. We're still getting stuff going, and like I said, go follow Shelby on the Twitter. It's all of us on the Twitter. We all have access, so you'll get to see behind the scenes art, 3D models before they're painted, sketches before they're 3D models, words before they're pictures. Yeah, and a lot less mms and ahs. Gabagoosh. Sopranos. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm eating Rice Krispie squares and floating in a most peculiar way. Waiting for this to stream to go away. Can you hear me chewing? Rice Krispie delicious. Alright, some other time.